The U.S. Supreme Court is keeping a pandemic-based immigration policy in place, at least for now. Last Tuesday, late Tuesday, I should say, yesterday, the justices issued a 5-4 ruling deciding the U.S. can continue to expel migrants at the southern border under the Title 42 rule designed to stop the spread of COVID-19.
More than a dozen Republican-led states push to keep the rule in place as border towns have become overwhelmed with an increase in people crossing the border. The Biden administration had been pushing to wind down the policy, though. Jared Hill explains what happens next.
For people like Norki Hamar, a Venezuelan migrant hoping to take asylum in the U.S., news that the Supreme Court says Title 42 must stay in place is disappointing. She says they've lost some hope, but faith is always placed in God. In a 5-4 decision, the justices decided the pandemic-era policy can stay for now while they wait to hear arguments in February.
In the meantime, we have to enforce it, but I think it's overdue.
Title 42 allows the U.S. to expel migrants coming across the southern border based on public health concerns. Trump-appointed Justice Neil Gorsuch sided with the liberal justices, writing in his dissent, quote, "The current border crisis is not a COVID crisis," and said elected officials have failed to address immigration. 19 Republican-led states argued that lifting the policy would lead to a surge in border crossings, overwhelming already overburdened communities. Just the suggestion that Title 42 would end has led to an increase in activity in border towns like El Paso, Texas.
We're continuing to see a large number of migrants with or without Title 42. Okay, our shelters right now are still operating over capacity.
Since the policy has been in place, more than 2 million asylum seekers have been denied entry into the U.S. Jared Hill, CBS News, New York.
A Supreme Court decision is expected sometime later in 2023, and Title 42 will remain in place until then. The Biden administration does have some ability to limit how strictly it enforces the policy.